Welcome back, fellas, TFN fans. We are back with Game 2 in this series from the Reddit tournament. If you're just joining us tonight, we are casting the quarterfinal games between Sandland and Jeep from the Reddit, the subreddit for Company of Heroes, where there is currently a tournament going on with a prize of €100 for the winner. And this caster is playing in it himself. I'm into the semi-finals. Going to be playing Helping Hands this weekend, and over on the other side of the semis we have well, I won't say who we have because well, that's what tonight is all about finding out. But are you ready to jump into a second game, Mr. Fatal Saint?
I am ready, Tommy. Count me in.
All right, man. Let's jump into this in 3, 2, 1. Unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I do just want to say, we had a brief stream glitch at the end of last stream. Don't know what that was. It wasn't on my end, I'm pretty sure. I think it was just Twitch being weird. I did restart the stream. If it's still lagging, let me know. I can try and do something about it. It might result in a loss of quality, but I'm sure we could all take a slightly lower bitrate in return for a smoother game, but I really don't know what's causing it, as it was fine before. So, but do let us know in the chat. We are watching. Anyway, so what do you have, Fatal? What do you have coming up from Jeep this game? Fatal?
Let's see. We do have a 3S from Jeep, as the Americans this time. He's building his racks with his second
Jeep first,
engineer.
I can guess it already.
You
Jeep
think
first,
so?
Right?
He's floating 240, 250. He's waiting 260. It's going to be a rifleman.
Because
yep,
normally,
rifleman queued up.
Damn. Because normally when people build with the second engineer and let it finish the build, that gives you exactly 220 manpower if you're doing a 3-engineer start. But you can do the 3-engineer start to get perfect timing for the rifle build if you send the first engineer out the cap. The second engineer builds it, but only about halfway, or just below halfway, and then the third engineer finishes it.
Very aggressive play from Sandland straight off the bat. He went bike first from his quarters, he went straight for the cutoff on the left-hand side and starts harassing these engineers. They pop into green cover, but they can't really pursue it. Pioneer's gonna come over here and repair it from behind the hedge, so it can't take any fire.
There's, do you want to know what we have coming out second, Fatal? Take a guess. It's not an MG.
It's not an MG? I don't know.
It's
a bull squad?
It's another bike.
Oh, Hells Angels!
In a 1v1.
Double bike start in a 1v1.
Don't know about you, but that strikes me as odd.
3 Pio start and 2 bikes to start off with, while Jeep is just doing, you know, fairly standard. He went 3S, but no Jeep start. He went with the first rifle, and the second rifle is building. His rifleman squatters on the left-hand side, trying to protect his cutoff. He's got the fuel on the left-hand side, but so does Sandland have his fuel on the right-hand side. So right now, capping-wise, his 3S thing is not really working, as Sandland went for 3 Pioneers as well. But double Jeeps is gonna stop his capping power a little bit, but he's gonna be very good for roaming around the fields with the 2 Hells Angel bikes here. They're gonna go for the engineers on the right-hand side, try to back up the Pioneer squad over there, and give some love and tender to the bikes and repair them up. Here comes the second rifleman squad from Jeep, however, moving out onto the field. But with two bike opening, what's the building third?
Third we have a Volk, just popped out.
Okay. Simon's being very, very, you know, defending his cutoff. He's had the Pios around a strong building. He's even inside a strong building right now. But Jeep is doing very good at capping up the whole left-hand side. He's got it all under his control very soon.
Meanwhile, it looks like Sandland's going for a very aggressive push on the cutoff, and we saw he was actually beginning to wire off one of the flanking routes down the road. Decided against that and is now using these two bikes to turn the tide of this single engagement here. Now joined by a second rifle, though. These bikes, he's keeping a good handle on the bike health there. Sandland is doing good damage, though, with those Volks and nice green cover, pushing them around with the bikes, doing some nice damage. Oh no, there's a huge mine there over on the right hand side, kills an entire engineer squad.
Luckily enough, it was not the Flamer squad, which is on the left-hand side as well. If we would have lost that instantly, that would have been bad.
Yeah, very, very bad.
Oh, he's flaming on the ground, attack ground here with his Flamers. He is expecting a mine to be placed there somewhere. Sandland backpedal to the right-hand side of the map.
Oh no, there's an MG setting up in a great position here from Sandland all the way down the road. He's going to take down all of these rifles here.
One rifleman squad managed to skirt by.
Oh boy, that's
very
going to hurt.
outgunned right now.
That's going to hurt now, because Sandland can just walk right over to that undefended cutoff. Just a single rifle is not going to be enough to stop him. He can just waltz over there, take the cutoff, stick the MG down on there, and with another MG about to pop out, he can really solidify his hold on Jeep's resources.
Yeah, the only thing on the left-hand side from Jeep is one engineer squad down to 2 men and very low health. They won't even be any good for a flanking opportunity on MG because the two MP40 gunners on the MG crew is going to mow down that engineer squad so easily. So he's going to lose his cutoff to this Flamer Pioneer right now. He's going to lose all of his resources from the left-hand side. So much for great map control. That didn't last long.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt. I mean, at least it's not like last game. He does still have the little +5 fuel and the +10 munitions over there from the right-hand side. But even so, this is not a good position to be in by any stretch of the imagination here for Jeep. He needs to take back that cutoff sooner rather than later, really. What you don't want is to have like a bunker on your cutoff or something hideous like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Jeep needs to do to turn the tide. If he loses this game as well, it's going to be 2-0 to Sandland's favor. It's going to be very hard to come back from, you know. Just the mindset of having lost 2 early games instantly.
Oh yeah, it's very demoralizing. Very demoralizing.
Yeah.
Wait, did those 2 bikes suppress a rifle? I'm pretty sure that MG didn't suppress a rifle from his current position.
I'm not sure.
Be imagining things, because I'm pretty sure... I don't know. Is it possible? Was anyone else watching closely?
Might have been possible.
Yeah, I mean, pretty sure the MG hasn't moved from that position.
No, I don't think so either. It's been sitting there for quite a while.
I am perplexed. He's 2 bikes now, 1 kill,
and he's going to lose his cutoff once again.
Yeah, he's going to lose cutoff once again.
And he's losing the fuel outside of his base on the right-hand side, outside the American base on the right-hand side. He's going to lose all fuel income again! It's just gonna be like last game. He's not gonna have any fuel whatsoever. He's got his supply yard up, but does he have enough fuel to like pump out an M8 if he builds motor pool? He has 32 in the bank. 32
in the bank. Only 32. That's not enough. Well, no, he's already built it. He's already built it. Motorpool is building right now. He's already spent the resources, so he will have enough to pump out that M8. So actually, the situation isn't so dire. What is dire, though, is the munition situation, you know. He managed to have the fuel for long enough so he can get the M8 out. That's what matters, you know. Taking the fuel after you get your first couple of tech choices out isn't really that big of a blow, because fuel really isn't a problem late game in COH. But, you know, I mean, he's still going to be able to get the M8 out. You know, fuel is not the limiting factor. It's this huge manpower drain that he's had trying to take back his cutoff. And, you know, now this is when the desperation is going to kick in, but it's also when Sandland is going to start laying the mines, as we're seeing here down the road. You know, he's going to start wiring up, and this could be a really, really nasty situation for Jeep. Tier 3 is beginning teching, though, from Sandland, which is could end up being a fatal misjudging of tech from Jeep. If that M8 hits before he can get something like a Stug or an Upgun Puma out, he could be in for a world of trouble.
Yeah, he needs some form of AT with only 1 Vol Squad on the field as well, right? So he's got the 2 MGs and the double bike opening, obviously, which is just harassing these rifleman squads all over the field. There's no triage from Jeep either, so all of the rifleman squads are fairly damaged. So these Jeeps are actually a big trouble for him. Because, you know, he's gonna lose manpower, losing riflemen all over the place when these Jeeps just comes hit you up when your very low rifleman squad roams around on the right-hand side alone. So he really needs to stick together as he's doing right now, except for that 1 rifleman squad on the left-hand side, which is instantly forced off the field by the MG. And Sandland now is gonna start, you know, capping up on the left-hand side. But at the same time, Jeep is doing good with the capping compared to last game. At the same time, he's losing the left-hand side. He's gonna steal the right-hand side from Sandland instead. And I think he's looking for tech. He's looking for tech with the bikes.
I'm not surprised, and actually he's going to spot the M8. That's going to put Sandland in a very bad mood, because he's just building the Stern Armory now, but because of the fuel harassment on the right-hand side from Jeep, Sandland's fuel income has gone down to just a single +5, and he's only got 35 in the bank. Not enough to build a Stug. So he's going to have to... And he doesn't have the munitions for an Upgun Puma either, so he doesn't really have a counter to that M8 right now.
What he does, however, is mines, but Jeep also has sweepers. He
does
spots
have a
the mine
sweeper,
on the
yeah.
road, so he
Is
needs
he
to be
gonna-
very careful with that M8.
I'm just looking at these mines here and thinking, wow, he's going to be lucky not to hit them.
Does get the sweep on the mine on the road. There's a nice Faust from the Vulcanators, however. It's gonna force Jeep to micro this M8 a bit more. He's gonna have to be a little bit cautious to the Vulcanators and, you know, a sneaky pack somewhere. He does not know. He has been nowhere near Sandland's base for the entire game, so he has no clue what Sandland is doing.
The whole right-hand side, though, is about to get taken back by Jeep, though. So it's a nice bit of a role reversal here. You know, Sandland has gone from being in a very dominant, cut-off owning position to being in a position of, you know, pretty much equal territory, really.
Oh, look at these Hells Angels, however. They're gonna force the retreat on the Capping Rifleman squad. They get the cutoff, which is for no use for Sandland anyway. As he
There
has
is now a
none of the
triage up, though.
resources.
There is now a triage, so that's going to help. You know, against those bikes, they tend to do a lot of damage, not much in the way of crits, but now with the triage up, hopefully he might get a bit of a help versus that.
Sandland has had the left-hand side fuel for quite a while. He must have, you know, some form of fuel income now, so he could start producing something
Yeah,
from the Sturm Armory.
he's got a Stug on the way. It's
Okay,
about
that's good.
75% built.
It's gonna
And
be
he just made
enough
himself
to
a
tangle with
sniper.
M8.
Made himself a sniper with
Oh.
spare manpower.
Huh, I wonder why. He's seen the M8, he knows he's had, you know, fairly good control of the resources on the map, cutting
It's just because he
Jeep
had spare
off.
manpower. That's all, really. He
Spare
had spare
manpower,
manpower
huh.
and not enough fuel, so why
Yeah,
not
he
get a
can't
sniper?
build anything else from the Sturm Armory, I guess.
Sniper is always handy, and it can, you know, keep the pressure up on Jeep. 2 MGs now locking down the left-hand side here. Huge mine goes off. That's going to send a rifle packing, sends a whole flank packing, in fact.
That was the whole flank, basically. He went with the 2 engineers on the left-hand side, and the rifles on the right-hand side in a flanking move, but hit a mine, and the whole thing was just disastrous. Sniper just roaming around. He's got nothing to shoot at, really. I think he just should just move over to the left-hand side if he wants to, you know, take some pot shots on flanking rifles.
Yeah.
Two Jeeps or 2 motorcycles are still alive.
Yeah, they are.
3 and 2 kills.
Very, very nicely microed there by Sandland to keep them alive, because they are fragile little buggers. If you can, I mean, they scale just a little bit better than Jeeps, I'd say, just because, you know, Fausts, really. But oh, this Volt could be in trouble actually if M8 gets too greedy and chases him. But no, still lots of